UFC don't pay their fighters well enough. What is your view on that?
I mean, athletes are always looking for more money.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I get that. But there's a difference between asking for more money and actually being paid what you're worth.
Yeah, I think that if you're risking your health, you should get paid the absolute maximum possible, is what I think. There's so many times, like throughout the years, where money's not even come into the equation for me because I'm just so hungry to fight that that's what I want to do.
But now you got to look after your family, you got to look after your future.
Exactly. Especially, it's difficult because for fighters, there's only one place to go, really, if you want to be the best in the world, and that's the UFC. I would like everyone to get paid as much as possible. Not just me, everybody.
Tom Aspinall has finally had enough, and now his latest comments about the UFC have completely changed the conversation surrounding his career.
The UFC, because of his own personal reasons and other stuff, then came back and complete dominated again, became heavyweight champion, and then retired and didn't want to fight you. Which seems, how do you feel? Where do you land on that?
Look, it is what it is. Everyone's got their own reasons for stuff. At the time, I was just desperately trying to get the fight because I wanted to get the title off him.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people kind of got it confused why I wanted to. I was never going after John Jones. I was going after the title. Simple as that. I wanted to be the best in the world. All I wanted to fight John Jones for was to prove that I'm the best. That's it. All I wanted to do it for was
who's the best.
Just prove I was the best.
John Jones is probably widely known as the greatest mixed martial artist ever.
It wasn't about money. It wasn't about nothing. I just wanted to fight the best ever. But I didn't get the chance.
He's actively chased him non-stop. And he's at the point, I'm begging for this fight. Just please give me this fight.
I know he definitely got offered the 30 million for it. But for whatever reason, he didn't take it.
You know, but part of this process is I've been able to read those contracts and I've been able to talk to him about the purses that he's received. You know, take me back 4 or 5 fights. And the reality is that when he was headlining in front of 20,000 on pay-per-view, he was receiving probably half the amount of money that I would pay a boxer for a British title fight at York Hall, Bethnal Green in front of 1,200 people. And I was absolutely baffled and astonished. Now, obviously, as he's gone on, those purses have increased, but still to a level that I feel is completely unfair.
For years, fans have watched Aspinall patiently wait for the opportunities he believes he's earned. But after endless delays, postponed title fights, and months of uncertainty, the UFC heavyweight champion is no longer staying quiet. Instead, he's speaking openly about the frustration that's followed him throughout the biggest years of his career. And now, with a blockbuster rematch against Ciryl Gane on the horizon, there's another major twist that's caught the MMA world's attention. Tom Aspinall has brought Eddie Hearn into his team. Joe Rogan has praised Aspinall for years, repeatedly calling him one of the fastest and most naturally gifted heavyweights he's ever seen. Rogan has often said Tom possesses a rare combination of speed, power, and technical ability that simply doesn't exist anywhere else in the division. But despite all of that talent, Rogan has also acknowledged how difficult it must have been watching Aspinall spend so much time waiting for the biggest fights while the heavyweight division remained stuck in limbo. That's exactly what Aspinall has now addressed himself. Speaking recently, Tom admitted the constant delays have been one of the most frustrating periods of his career.
You have always stated you don't care who you fight. You just want to fight and be active. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of things happen behind closed door, right? Obviously, you've been out spoken about like you want to fight John Jones. Yeah. Obviously, Jones trying to get his, whatever he's got going on together. This is the only sport in the world that I know of that you can have somebody hold your career back.
Yep.
Meaning that like, hey, we have a healthy champion, has shown a little bit of interest to fight you, not really a lot of interest to fight you, but you can't fight because you're like, I'm just trying to fight, but it's not happening. I guess speak on that. Like, how frustrating is it, you know, for you? Your dad is like, guys, can we just get a fucking fight? Because it's not like you're getting younger. You're only going to get older, right?
Yeah, sure. I'm quite lucky in that regard because I don't feel like I have a lot of miles on the clock, and the 32 is quite young for heavyweight.
Yeah, so you're getting ready in your prime.
I would definitely fight if I could.
Tom Aspinall, we don't really see that anywhere full stop, but definitely not in the heavyweight division.
No heavyweight moves like him.
No one moves like him.
He moves like a 185er.
It's crazy.
It's nuts.
But that's crazy.
Crazy speed for a heavyweight.
Crazy speed.
And that's why
a lot of people are talking shit about Tom, but he apparently still can't see. Here's the thing. The other eye got hurt as well, but not as bad, but it looks way worse. The finger goes way deeper in the other eye.
And you know, it's crazy that everyone that talks the most has never been poked in the eye. Not even a little bit, like accidentally.
Oh, it's horrible. The idea that you can't see and then you're supposed to fight a guy, it should be an instant 1-point deduction.
Instead of building momentum through regular title fights, he found himself waiting month after month for situations completely outside of his control. For a fighter entering his prime, every month matters, and Aspinall made it clear that he doesn't want to spend the best years of his career sitting on the sidelines. That's where Eddie Hearn enters the picture. In one of the biggest business moves of his career, Aspinall has brought the renowned boxing promoter on board in a management role to help maximise his commercial opportunities outside the octagon. The goal isn't just to increase sponsorships or media opportunities, it's to ensure that whenever delays happen again, Tom is still building his brand and making the most of his position as one of the biggest stars in combat sports. Naturally, that decision has sparked another huge discussion. Many fans immediately began asking whether Eddie Hearn's involvement could eventually open the door to boxing opportunities later in Aspinall's career. Nothing has been confirmed, but with crossover fights becoming more common than ever before, the speculation has grown quickly. Hearn has spent decades building some of boxing's biggest events, so it's hardly surprising people are already wondering whether Tom could one day test himself under boxing rules as well. Before any of that can happen, however, one challenge stands directly in front of him: Ciryl Gane. This isn't just another heavyweight fight anymore. It's a rematch loaded with far more pressure than before. Since their first meeting, both men have evolved. Gane enters this fight with renewed confidence after one of the biggest victories of his career, while Aspinall believes he's become an even more complete fighter during his time away from competition. Joe Rogan has repeatedly explained why this matchup is so fascinating stylistically. Gane remains one of the smoothest strikers in the heavyweight division, using movement, footwork and distance management that few heavyweights can replicate.
Tom versus Ciryl. The talk in September. I don't think Paul will be there. We called the September. I'm just saying, if they change it and they make it Ciryl Gane versus Tom Aspinall, and me and you get the boot, and they bring in DC and John Anik after
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'll be pissed, man.
I will be pissed, but it's probably gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen. Let's be honest. One of us, probably me, is getting.
I'll throw an Alex Pereira. I will. Yeah. I'll complain.
So wait, he wants to fight. He wants to fight in Paris. You're saying?
Ciryl Gane said on the microphone, I believe, or maybe afterwards, whatever. He said in an interview.
No, he said it in the cage. I want to fight in Paris in September. I'm ready.
Yeah, and Tom Aspinall responded to, yeah, I'm ready. I'm training. I'm good to go. I'll fight you in September. I mean, that'd be, and also because it's not as unbelievable or unachievable as what it previously was, because now there's no pay-per-view.
Listen, let the UFC know that we're ready to go, and we're just waiting for dates. We told them we can do it in Paris, we told them we can do it wherever they want, so we're just waiting for them to let us know. I'm in the gym, smashing it.
We will be with you the week after. We'll come and film a bit of a sesh.
Yeah.
Got the boys back in town, so we'll keep people updated. But as we say, the UFC, we're waiting on them.
We are waiting on them.
I've seen a number of guys do just the opposite. They've gone in the suit and they've tried to get their own brand out, and then they get a check on the way out the door. And I just personally don't agree with it. It's not that somebody told me over at Fox, ESPN, or now Paramount not to do that. Just telling you it's my code, and I don't do that. But I got put in a very difficult situation. I got put in a situation of simply being asked, is Tom gonna fight again? And I would like an answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. I sure think so. I sure hope so. I find that coming out of my mouth. I can follow the golden rule in life. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes. How would you act or how would you want to be treated? And if I was in Tom's shoes, right? The golden rule, Tom's got a family, by the way. Tom's got a wife, right? His dad's in his corner. Tom's got a pretty good circle. And Tom fighting and staying active is a family tradition.
Aspinall, meanwhile, brings explosive boxing, elite grappling, and speed that still leaves analysts struggling to find anyone capable of matching him. Across the MMA world, opinions remain divided. Daniel Cormier believes Aspinall has all the tools to establish himself as the dominant heavyweight of this era. Michael Bisping has praised the way Tom continues improving every time he competes. Chael Sonnen believes this could become the defining fight of Aspinall's championship reign, while many fans argue Gane represents the toughest stylistic challenge of his entire career. And that's why this fight feels so important. It's no longer just about defending a title. It's about proving that the long wait, the frustration, the criticism, and every delay along the way ultimately made Tom Aspinall an even better fighter. If he defeats Ciryl Gane, many believe there'll be very little left for him to prove inside the UFC heavyweight division. And with Eddie Hearn now helping guide the business side of his career, the future may suddenly be much bigger than anyone imagined. One thing is certain, Tom Aspinall is done waiting for opportunities. Now he's determined to create them himself.